We are here on the 18th hole at the Australian Golf Club. But guys, I think I might have just met my spirit animal. He could have the best beard on site.
I'm impressed with the logo.
That is the logo. That is
Pretty cool.
Aussie beef. They match the sunnies. We are here with Mr.
Nick Pugh. I caddy for Lucas Herbert.
Lucas Herbert. So we're very lucky to get a quick interview with the man himself. It's an honour to meet you. He's got really cool shoes as well. So some would say I'm copying him this week. But mate, what do you do on what day is it? Tuesday afternoon? What are we looking for out on the course here?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange week this week. It's 2 golf courses to see, neither of which I've seen before.
Is that extra work for you, I'm guessing?
It's it's a load of work.
Yeah.
So I've been here at 7 a.m. tomorrow and I clock off and go home. So yeah, I had a look at the Lakes course yesterday, came out here, saw the back 9 this morning. We went and played the Lakes and then came back here just to do the front 9 now.
Yeah, nice. And they're both looking immaculate. I haven't seen the Lakes yet, but this is looking schmick.
This is probably the best golf course I've seen in Australia.
Really?
Hands down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm blown away by how good it is.
And in particular, like, what are you doing when you walk in the course? You're just checking yardages, obviously Lucas's game in particular, some of the spots and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, the yardage books are pretty good these days. I should probably give a shout out to Ethero who does them all. The numbers are fine. It's not that you're checking them as such. It's just sometimes you're looking at different areas where you might hit the golf ball. Not every single inch of the golf course is mapped with numbers, so I'll add a few of my own here and there. But then a lot of it as well is, like most of the stuff I'm doing out here today, looking at greens and where you can and can't miss them. So we use a system where we kind of rate around the greens, from 0 being pretty easy to a 3 being wet in the water hazard there, right of 18. So you're looking at where you can and can't miss stuff to certain pins.
Okay. Interesting. One question I always was wondering in terms of the strategy side of things is, I'm a coach myself, and all the amateurs seem to just fire out flags. But is there like a plan B if Lucas doesn't have his A game? Because as we know, you're not always like on your game. So do you have like different strategy of like, this is great, this pin's go time, or this water carry is great, but if he's hitting it a certain way on that day, do you cater to that strategy? So
it's a pretty boring answer, but we tend to stick to a pretty similar game plan whether he's playing great or not.
Yeah.
It's too simple to say it, but it's kind of golf by numbers. So we use a decade system, which Scott Fawcett,
great stuff.
Does a lot of stuff in the US, and we've been doing that for years. So if he's absolutely flying, we can be a little aggressive, more aggressive at pin, but it's only by a yard or two. The amateurs back home will probably think we're firing at every flag when he's playing well, but you'll hear on the commentary normally that bring it down on that guy in the red shirt or left edge of the TV tower. That's generally not the flag.
Okay, interesting.
You're generally trying to hit it into certain sections of the green, just to give yourself the most margin for error.
Unbelievable advice. That's great. So lucky to bump into my man here. Mate, anything else you're doing in Sydney while you're in town? Do you have any days off after the tournament? Or it doesn't sound like you're from here, so...
No, I'm from England, but I live in South Korea. So I'll be heading back to South Korea on Monday. This is our 5th week in a row, so my tank's just about empty. So
how do I get my beard like you in a few years? What do I have to do? Any tips for a young pro?
Leave it to grow, man. Just don't cut it. I mean, I had to cut a huge chunk of mine off recently. I probably lost about half of it, but other than that, it's kind of half the length. And everyone keeps coming to me and complimenting me, "Oh, you've chopped your beard off." It wasn't through choice.
Okay. Mate, it could be the most 2 iconic beards on site this week. So lovely to meet you. And mate, I'll get you a hat. How about that? I'll wear those glasses as well.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you. Thanks
nice to meet you.
Appreciate it. Good luck. That guy was awesome. Nick, Lucas Herbert, the caddy. We're very appreciative of his time. What an interesting character. I kind of want to do a day in the life of Nick, the English bearded South Korean living caddy.